the Trump administration recently unveiled its newest wildfire plan, and it reads less like public policy and more like something you'd find scribbled on a bar napkin at CPAC. What is this new strategy? I swear I'm not making this up. Remove the trees. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum announced that to reduce wildfire risk, the federal government needs to get rid of the trees. No trees, no fire, problem solved. It's like preventing house fires by bulldozing the neighborhood. Burgum unveiled a plan that amounts to a giant nation-sized Clearcut. He framed it as, quote, forest management, bold, modern thinking. The timber industry heard it as open bar, baby. But here's the reality. Wildfire behavior has nothing to do with the existence of trees and everything to do with heat, drought, wind, and federal agencies starved of staff and resources. Before we go any further, I just want to give you a reminder about the man behind this plan. Doug Burgum is a software billionaire turned accidental governor turned interior secretary, a man whose closest brush with wildfire science was probably watching Yellowstone on a plane. He has no background in ecology, forestry, climate science, or wildfire management. But he does understand one thing very well: how to turn public goods into private revenue streams. Which brings us back to his strategy. Burgum claims logging will reduce fire risk. He is dead wrong. The real wildfire prevention, that happens around communities through defensible space, home hardening, and strategic thinning. Fire scientists, the people who actually studied this, have pointed out for decades that clear cuts increase fire intensity because the leftover slash ignites like a tinderbox. Logging roads accelerate fires by opening the canopy and channeling wind. Removing mature trees causes explosive regrowth of shrubs, creating more fuel, not less, and thinning only helps when done immediately around communities, not miles deep in federal backcountry. And Burgum isn't proposing community protection. Oh, no. He is proposing a commercial logging boom, clear-cutting deep in that backcountry where the trees are more profitable. And the only benefit is the one appearing on a timber company spreadsheet. Active management is just political code for more timber sales. But wait, the logic gets even worse. Burgum argued that fires cost taxpayer money. Sure, timber sales bring money into the government. Okay, my dude, let's break this down. Let's take a look at the economic context they hope you never see. Outdoor recreation on federal lands generates $128.5 billion in economic activity, 900,000 jobs, $43.5 billion in wages, nearly $6 billion in tax revenue. Meanwhile, the entire federal timber program brings in $200 to $300 million a year, the revenue equivalent of about 4 Home Depots. The math isn't close. It's not even the same sport. Outdoor recreation is an economic engine powered by actual people. You and me, families, guides, veterans, restaurant workers, mom and pop outfitters, rural small businesses. It supports nearly 1 million jobs and pumps billions into the treasury every year. Yet this administration is choosing the industry that earns less, employs fewer people, and damages the landscapes that actually sustain rural economies. That's not economics. That's ideology with a chainsaw. And this is all happening while Interior's wildfire workforce is understaffed and burning out. I'm talking about the National Park Service, the Bureau of Land Management, the Forest Service, and the Fish and Wildlife Service, all of which have been decimated due to hiring freezes, budget cuts, and workloads that would break a Marvel superhero. Prescribed burns are years behind schedule. Scientific teams are gutted. Fire seasons are lengthening. Agencies can't even keep enough engines operational. Burgum is selling the idea that if we just cut down enough forests, the fires will politely stop. Bullshit. You know what does stop catastrophic fires? Fully funded agencies, full crews, and enough staff to treat forests before they ignite. Forests don't burn hotter because trees exist. They burn hotter because the people responsible for protecting them have been stripped of the tools to do their jobs. So, why are they doing this? Because extraction has the power. Outdoor recreation is decentralized. Millions of Americans running small businesses. Extraction, on the other hand, is built for Washington. A few massive K Street corporations, huge political war chests, and an army of lobbyists who can ghostwrite bills, pressure agencies, and bankroll the politicians rubber stamping this destruction. This isn't about fire. It's about profit. It's about turning public lands into inventory and calling it safety. If Burgum gets his way, the only thing left burning will be the parts of this country they haven't sold yet. Call your representatives.